So far, 2024 has been a bit of a weird year. Around the world, there's war that's largely ignored, redundancies and economic failures being brushed under the carpet, immigration crises, and a general downturn in optimism and happiness. But at the same time, the stock market's doing pretty well. The advent of AI and other technological and scientific breakthroughs has never really been more exciting. And at long last, here in the UK, we're heading into a beautiful summer. It's difficult to summarize where we are right now in any straightforward fashion, and that's certainly true when it comes to the biotech talent market. So, what should you know if you're planning to expand or upgrade your team over the rest of 2024? The venture funding market remains challenging for biotech companies, and although there are early signs of recovery, there's an expectation that we still face a long road back to the heady heights of 2021. And while I think that overall this will lead to better run biotech companies with more focus and stronger leadership, the unfortunate side effect of these fundraising challenges is continuing rounds of redundancies across the sector. In the UK and Boston alone, we've seen several examples of this, from GSK and Sanofi, Benevolent AI, Illumina, Novartis, and a host of smaller companies affecting thousands of people. So there's a potential upside for those who are still hiring here in that there's more talent on the market than would normally be the case. But that's not the full story. A key challenge for those at the cutting edge of biotech in particular is that the specific skills required are evolving, meaning that although people are on the market, the right people remain difficult to find. Over 90% of companies in the sector are experimenting with AI, especially in R&D, and the advanced therapy and rare disease markets are booming, as are areas like neuroscience and infectious diseases, which previously was significantly underinvested. Personalized medicine, gene editing, advanced sequencing technologies, and other innovations are more in demand than ever, and those who hold real experience in these disciplines aren't freely available. When they do reach the market, they're snapped up quickly. So if your company is planning to exploit these technological advances, then planning ahead and embedding yourself into these communities is essential. Now, along with changing skill profiles, there are still high levels of competition, partly because more attention is focused on these new technologies and talent is scarce. So companies that are in a position to grow are being much more aggressive in their hiring policies right now, with salary inflation and upgraded job titles a key part of their arsenal in attracting the very best people. The expectation from many companies at the start of 2024 was that ongoing redundancies might well outweigh the demand for talent, but the majority of our clients at Singular report that although there's certainly more activity in terms of job applications and inquiries from potential candidates, finding the right people remains incredibly challenging. And this has been borne out in recent research from HireMinds and PharmaWeb, who report that around 30% of employers are finding hiring challenging and are concerned about talent scarcity. You have to remember that when making redundancies, companies of course consider the value of both individual employees and of broader departments to the performance of the organization. So as a result, those who are deemed critical to success aren't typically made redundant and are often incentivized to stay when redundancy programs happen. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't good people out there, but it does mean that those with the most in-demand skills are actually the least likely to be on the open market. Biotech companies and the recruiters they work with are also being significantly more proactive in their searches for these highly sought-after candidates, which mean that many of them secure new employment before they ever get to the point of actually looking for a job. Those who are considering a move or even who are open to opportunities are regularly approached about exciting new positions, and so they never find themselves having to join the open market. Now, an opportunity comes with another trend we've seen in biotech. According to research we conducted at Singular at the end of 2023, more than 65% of biotech professionals feel a greater sense of disengagement or disconnection from their employer, their mission, and their teammates than they had done 12 months earlier. Remote and hybrid working is definitely partly responsible for this, but unsurprisingly, there's not much appetite among those in the sector for less flexibility. And this presents an opportunity for enterprising employers because if you can emphasize your broader mission, create a compelling vision for the future that your team, existing and potential, can buy into, and focus on developing an outstanding culture focused on employee development, a sense of belonging, and driving achievement, you'll stand out in a sea of companies that are leaving their people feeling uninspired. 2024 has been a funny year so far. What do we think the rest of it will bring?